Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy ATUM-RE coming back at you with a new video. This one is another controversial topic. It's about should I carry one in the chamber or not carry one in the chamber, and I just want to kind of give you my opinion about it and what I think about it. To be honest with you, at this point, this is usually a question that new gun owners ask because of not being trained or being sure or certain with their actual tools, so it's very understandable. When I first got into shooting, I was actually I'm afraid to actually carry a gun in a chamber. Actually terrified, to be honest with you. You won't really hear seasoned gun owners saying that they will not carry hot. To be honest with you, I've never met someone that's been carried for years saying, you know what, I don't carry hot. Yeah, this is, I know they do it in the Israeli army. They have their reasons, but that is not practical when you're in a self-defense situation. There's several factors. One thing, when you do not carry one in the chamber, you're going to have to use, you're going to be slower for one thing on the draw because you're going to have to actually use two hands. You're going to use two hands to actually rack the slide opposed to having one when you already have the gun hot. There could be a situation where you can get in a tussle or physical situation where you don't have the opportunity to use both hands. There can be an opportunity where you need to use an ambush, and the clicking sound of racking the actual gun can alert the perpetrator. So those are a few reasons. The main reason is just quicker. I mean, violence happens in seconds, and you want to be able to get your tool in the fight as quick as possible. And the best way to do that is to have one in a chamber. You can go ahead and use a stopwatch. You can do some dry firing tools, and I will guarantee you, with my life, that you're going to be quicker on the draw with carrying hot versus, not having one in the chamber. You can use different techniques. You can use some of the Mantis X simulators, but you will see that you're going to be much faster and efficient having a gun hot. When I say hot, that's one in the chamber. Okay. I know some people say, well, no gun, a gun that doesn't have a bullet in the chamber is better than no gun, and that is true. However, you want to be best equipped because, again, violence happens in seconds. You don't get to pick your time. It just comes out of nowhere, and you may not have the time to rack that slide. So you want to be as quick as possible. And the best way, to feel comfortable with your tool is to get practice and have a holster. And when I say a holster, you want to have a holster that's actually dedicated to the gun. Like this gun here, this is Beretta APX. But you'll notice that the trigger guard is 100% covered up. You do not want to play around with some of these hybrid holsters that have, some leeway in the trigger guard. You want the trigger guard 100% closed, but this gun is hot. However, it's totally safe because the trigger guard is actually covered. If you do not pull the trigger, the gun is not going to go bang. Of course, you don't want to go around dropping a loaded gun, but as long as you got a holster, you're safe. But the moral to the story is that you're just going to be quicker on the draw, and it could possibly save your life. I've seen several videos of people actually losing their life because they had to try to rack one in the chamber when they needed every second. Every second counts during a violent encounter. If you're getting carjacked, if you don't see him in time, and you're trying to do a counter ambush, you're probably not going to have time because, you're going to need two hands to do it. And, you cannot have a, what they, as John say, a surreptitious draw with two hands because you're going to hear the racking sound. Again, that racking sound is very, very familiar to any criminal. Trust me when I tell you that. They play with guns as well. So again, it's your choice. I don't ridicule people for not carrying one in a chamber, but it's really just simple. You're going to be quicker, and it could possibly save your life. Like I said, practice with your gun. Don't, if you're a person that's not using a holster, please do not carry, have a gun, bullet chambered. If you haven't, you shouldn't be carrying a gun in your pocket anyway. But if you are one of those people that refuse to get a holster and you're walking around with a gun in your pocket, please do not chamber it around because that trigger guard can get caught up in anything. You should not be carrying that way. That's not the proper way. The proper way to carry a gun is going to be in the holster that is designed for the gun with the trigger guard completely concealed. This is totally safe. But once the gun is hot, you don't need to be fiddling around with the gun. It should go to your waist, off your waist, into where it's stored. But once the gun is hot, you don't need to be playing around with it. You don't need to be admiring it or looking at it and say, "Ooh, this is nice." Leave the gun where it is. But again, it's just quicker draw. Violence happens in seconds. You don't have time to react sometimes. Sometimes you may just boom. And, it's just the best way to carry is going to be to carry hot. Like I said, get your skills up, practice, get the right gear, get the right holster, and you'll be okay. I just wanted to bring you guys a little bit of something here. Got some more content coming at you. I know this topic has been beat to death, but again, if you can, please carry one in the chamber, but carry responsibly. I want to say love, peace, and happiness. The Second Amendment shall not be infringed. Have a great day.